Hi and welcome to Keg That's YouTube channel. I actually filmed this a few days ago, but when I got to editing I realised I lost half the footage due to a technical error, so I have to do a lot of it again. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about two awesome products which I think every home brewery should have. When you brew, it's really important that things are clean and things are sanitary, and that's what these do. I have Chemclean, which is really good at removing dirt, even like stubborn bits which get stuck in places. And I've got Chemsan, which once things are clean, they need to be sanitized, and it's really good at sanitizing. So I just want to go over what these do, and I'm going to show you how to use them as well. Chemclean is a cleaner. It's very similar to something like OxyClean or something like that, but this is made specifically for home brewing. And what it does is you make up a solution of it in hot water and you leave it to soak, and it will take off all the tough bits of dirt, things like krausen, and I'll show you sort of how well it works in a bit. And it just makes cleaning really, really easy. The reason why I go for this over something like an oxy wash is because this is made specifically for home brewing. And a lot of oxy cleaners, they're scented, which isn't very good, or you have to use a lot of it for it to be effective. And you know, this is just this is a purpose-made product. Chemsan is a sanitizer. So what that means is that when your equipment is clean and you want to put beer into it, for example a fermenter, or you want to sanitize some bottle caps and some bottles or something like that, then what you do is you create a solution with Chemsan, and then you can give whatever it is you need to sanitize a rinse. And I'll show you how to do that in a bit. Both these products are available from Keg That, and the link is below. If you don't have these, I would really recommend giving them a go, because they should give you a much more productive and cleaner brew day. Anyway, here's how to use them. I'm going to start off using the Chemclean. I've got this 5 litre demijohn which I fermented some beer in, and as you can see it's still got a thick krausen ring around that. Now, I don't want to be scrubbing all day, I've got better things to do. I'm going to get this to do the work for me. I'm going to wash this jug out. The dilution rate that Chemclean recommends is about 50 grams per 5 litres. So one of these jugs is 5 litres, and I've got another jug filled with 5 litres of warm water. These kind of cleaners will always work best with warm water. Out of my tap, once I've left the hot tap running for a bit, it gets up to 40 degrees or so. You know what's going to make this more useful? Cool, 50 grams. Now for the hot water. And we'll let that sit for about 5-10 minutes or so. It seems like it works in a very similar way to OxyCleaner, where you can see that there's a lot of bubbles going on. We'll leave this for 5 or 10 minutes and let it do its job. This has been going for some time. I'm just giving this a bit of a stir, as there's a bit of the Chemclean collecting at the bottom, so I'm just trying to stir it in. But as I'm stirring it, you can kind of see the stuff come off. This works well on plastic, glass and stainless steel. Yeah, it's probably been around 10 minutes, and as you can see, the krausen marks have almost come off. It's looking a lot cleaner than it was, and that's really good. I'm just gonna finish it off. I've got one of these, and I'm just gonna go in and just, it comes off really easily. All these bits stuck on, which are quite stubborn and would take a lot of scrubbing if it wasn't for this Chemclean solution. So I'm just getting off the last bits. They're just falling off pretty much, and there. I'm just going to empty this in the sink. Cool, so there you have it. This is, I just gave it a very quick rinse. The outside actually needs a bit of a clean, but it's looking like the inside anyway is looking good as new. I'm really impressed with that. think I'm going to carry on using. I'm going to use Chemclean from now on. It did a really good job. It made things so much easier to clean. Last but by no means least is Chemsan, and this is a really, really useful thing to have in any brewery. It's a no-rinse sanitizer. It means that you can make a solution of this. You can rinse stuff out with it, and it's good for beer or wort to go in, and it's just so easy to use. It's so simple and it saves so much time compared to using things like Milton liquid or like sachets of sanitizer that you then have to rinse out. And it also means you can make spray bottles of it and just spray it on things. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So Chemsan can be used in most types of water. Even if you're in a very hard water area, it's still going to work, and you don't need to condition the water to be softer or anything like that. What you might find will happen in a hard water area though is that it will go cloudy, and it's perfectly fine and it will still work. I've got a jug of water here that I'm going to add the Chemsan to, so this is 5 litres. The dilution rate is 10 ml per 5 litres, and what you can see here on the bottle, if the camera can make it out, but there it's got a 10 ml mark. Measure it out using this bottle by itself, and you don't need any extra measuring stuff. So it's got a safety cap on, so you push down to open it. Obviously too much of a child. There we go. Open my water. I've got about 10 ml, I'm not sure if you can see, about 10 ml in there up to the line, and I'm just going to pour it in. Oh, what? Oh, Jesus, sorry. Stupid thing number 2 today. Put the lid on. Oh, that's annoying. If you have a pH meter, it just has to be below a pH of 3.5 and it still works. If it gets above that pH, just throw it away and make a new solution. The way to sanitize a fermenter with Chemsan is very simple. I've got my clean fermenter here in front of me. It's very clean inside. And I've got my jug of Chemsan made up. All that I do is I pour it in. So this is about 5 litres of the solution. I can just put that back, I'm going to need that in a bit. And I grab my lid, place it on and clip it in place. And this is the same for plastic fermenters or glass fermenters, doesn't really matter on the material so much. And give it a swirl. I just want to make sure that all the surfaces inside have been in contact with the Chemsan solution. So one way of doing that is just to give it a roll. I've got my hand, there's a hole in the top for the bung and the airlock, so I've just got my hand over that so it doesn't pour everywhere, although it is coming out a bit. And I roll it over about 3 times or so. Get the lid nice and sanitized. And then of course I need to run it through the tap, but we can save it and use this again, which is what I'm going to do. So I can just run this through the tap back into the bottle. You can run all 5 litres through the tap if you want, or if you get a bit impatient after a certain amount has gone through, you can just pour it back into the bottle. Once the Chemsan solution is out, I just place the lid on top until I'm ready to put the wort in the fermenter. I usually do this maybe like 5 minutes before the wort is ready to transfer, just so it's not hanging around for too long without any wort in it. I will usually also have an airlock in place as well, so it's nice and sealed. But it's no rinse, which means it can go straight in. It doesn't need any more rinsing. It doesn't matter if there's some bubbles in there or anything. The beer will be fine and nothing will be ruined. This is what makes it really great. You can sanitize it and then put it back in there, and I'm going to use that again for my next fermentation and to sanitize more stuff in the future. And this is ready to go. Something else that I would recommend you do is to get a spray bottle, and I think that every brewery should have this, which is a spray bottle of Chemsan solution. So you can just take the lid off. This thing's gonna make its appearance again, and fill it with a Chemsan solution that you made earlier. There. So now you can spray this on things, and I'll show you why this is so useful. I've got some malt extract to add to my starter. I'm culturing up some WLP 655, which is a Belgian sour blend, which I'm going to use in a beer soon. But I want to put that into the starter, and it's so important to make sure that when you make starters, it's as clean as possible. So how is this going to work? Well, thanks to our friend, the spray bottle. So I can just turn this off for now, and I need to take this off, spray the top, take that off, and spray this. You've got to be very, very careful with yeast starters so you don't culture up the wrong bug. And then I can just pour this in, like so, and there, and then I can get it going again. So with the top here, I can just spray it. I can spray this again, place this on, and then just turn this back on. And I'm going to do a video on how to make yeast starters as well. But it's really, having a spray bottle is really, really useful for these sorts of things. So as you can see, these are really useful, very easy to use, effective products for cleaning and sanitizing. And if you don't already have them, I would really recommend giving them a go. I think it will really make your brew day an awful lot more efficient, a lot more easier, and improve the quality of brews, just because there won't be as much risk of contamination. If you're interested, there are links below so you can buy some Chemsan or some Chemclean. If you have any more questions, please let us know in the comments, or do get in contact with us. We have been receiving some emails from these videos, which is great, and it's really good to hear your feedback and what you've been thinking. And please do like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.